turn to the Supreme Court. President Trump's goal of ending birthright citizenship is now in the hands of the Supreme Court. Justices heard oral arguments yesterday in the case of the Trump administration's fight with lower courts, which blocked his executive order barring citizenship to children born in the U.S. to undocumented parents. NBC News senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett has the latest.
The high-stakes clash between the White House and the federal courts reaching the Supreme Court.
Presidents want to get things done.
The Trump administration hoping to convince the justices that a single federal judge in a single state has no authority to block an executive order for the entire country. President Trump facing nearly 40 so-called nationwide injunctions on a host of issues so far in his second term, particularly on immigration, including the case about lower courts blocking President Trump's executive order, stripping birthright citizenship for children born in the U.S. to undocumented immigrants. The court's conservative majority seeming open to the administration's arguments on the dangers of judicial overreach.
There are 680 district court judges, and they are dedicated and they are scholarly, and I'm not impugning their motives in any way, but sometimes they're wrong.
But some liberal members of the court grilling the administration on what happens if judges cannot block an executive order they believe is illegal on a nationwide basis.
Let's just assume you're dead wrong. Does every single person that is affected by this EO have to bring their own suit?
Democratic state officials backing the suit, arguing a patchwork of citizenship would emerge if the administration wins here, with rights varying from state to state. Still, there has been bipartisan criticism of judges abusing nationwide injunctions, incentivizing so-called judge shopping for sympathetic courts.
We are being hit hard by judges that I think they're trying to take away the power of the presidency.
Laura Jarrett reporting for us there. Let's bring in former U.S. Attorney and MSNBC contributor Chuck Rosenberg. Chuck, good morning. So just fascinating, I'm sure for you, but for all of us, too, to sit and listen to this open debate in the Supreme Court about such a critical constitutional question. It seems there are two things at play. There's the issue at hand of birthright citizenship guaranteed in the Constitution, but then this larger question of the ability of district courts to strike down orders from the president, executive orders. So it's a lot to sift through, I know, but what did you take away from what you heard yesterday inside the court?
Right. I think the court really is wrestling with two very different models. If something is clearly unconstitutional, you want a federal district court judge, wherever she may be sitting, to be able to put a nationwide halt to it. But to Justice Alito's point, sometimes these judges are wrong, and you've imposed a rule on everyone, even though everyone may not be a party to the suit in a particular case. On the other hand, the other side of this tension is that district court judges sit in a particular place, in Seattle, in Topeka, in Wichita, and if they have something in, it may be the case that a party is seeking out a particular judge shopping purposefully, Willie, to get an order, nationwide, to get a blanket order. But what do you do when, and let's just assume the executive order turns out to be unconstitutional on birthright citizenship. Do you really want to have every single person who may be harmed by the executive order filing individual lawsuits in 94 different federal district courts, right? So that, on one hand, that seems highly inefficient. So you're trying to balance a system that wants agility and fairness and uniformity and efficiency, right, with a system in which we normally require plaintiffs to bring a case when they are adversely affected. It's a tough trade-off, and you could see the Supreme Court wrestling with it. And frankly, as much as I watch this stuff, it's not clear to me how they're going to come out or when they're going to come out with a new rule.
So, Claire, if you listened yesterday, it does appear that the court is broadly skeptical of this president or any president's ability to strike down birthright citizenship. It's in the Constitution. But we did hear from Justice Alito and a couple of others an openness to the idea that perhaps district judges should not have this broad ability to file injunctions to stop the president's executive orders. So what did you hear as you listened yesterday?
Well, it's interesting to me that a fringe theory, legal theory, that has been struck down by every court that's heard it in the country is being proposed with a straight face. So that's a starting point. The second point is, Chuck's right. We're talking about uniformity versus the power of what is essentially a trial judge in the federal system. That's what people need to understand. The people who are issuing these injunctions are not any kind of appellate court. They're the entry point into the federal system. So I guess what I want to know, Chuck, is it seems to me that there is a middle ground here. It seems to me that if it is something that is this chaotic, in that one person could be a citizen in one state and then cross the line and be deported in the next for being an immigrant that does not have legal status. That is crazy. We can't have that. So how optimistic are you, after listening yesterday, that they'll find some middle ground to say, if there is a serious constitutional question, the right to bear arms, the freedom of speech, birthright citizenship that is laid out in the Constitution, that they can either have an expedited appeal regardless of whether someone appeals, because that's the problem, right? That the Trump administration may decide not to appeal and just get what they can because they know they're going to lose if they appeal. Yeah. Is there a middle ground here?
Yeah. So much to my detriment, Clara, I'm always optimistic. I think you can fashion a rule where if there is a constitutional question, and a lot of people would be harmed, right, if it was, take birthright citizenship or the right to bear arms. If a lot of people would be harmed by a particular executive order, that you can get this to the Supreme Court quickly, and a single federal district court judge would have nationwide injunction powers. But fashioning that rule is tricky, right? Because it's in the eye of the beholder. What's important to one person may not be important to another. What seems unconstitutional to us may seem perfectly constitutional to a scholar coming at it from a different perspective. It's a hard, and you could see the justices wrestling with this. A couple of them asked, how do we get this question in front of us, and how do we get it quickly? How do you propose to get it to us?
Could they decide it now if they wanted to?
In theory, yes, they could.
They should.
Well, I think they should, but I don't think of this as a Democrat-Republican problem or a liberal-conservative problem. This is a president versus courts problem. And whether you're a Democratic president or a Republican president, recent presidents have been bedeviled by this very issue. And so I think the Supreme Court does need to come up with a fix, a way to get constitutional questions to them quickly without introducing a ton of disparity into this federal system.
So Eugene Robinson, let's bring you in on this. As Ben has so well laid out, it's really two things going on at once: the issue of birthright citizenship, and then about nationwide injunctions. Tell us about what you heard yesterday and your hopes or fears about the implications going forward.
Well, that quote we came in with from Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, I thought was absolutely spot on, because it looks like a sort of catch me if you can situation in which the government says, I can do it over here, I can do it over there, you stop me there, I can do it someplace else, and everybody's got to file a lawsuit and got to file it in a timely fashion, or else they have their rights taken away. That doesn't seem like a situation that that anyone should want in this country. But I've heard there's a saying in the legal profession that bad cases make bad law. I wonder, Chuck, about this case. Birthright citizenship is, it strikes, it seems to me that everybody here this morning, and maybe a majority of the justices think this is kind of a settled question, that the 14th Amendment is pretty clear on this, is very clear on this. So is this the right case to sort of fashion that some sort of middle ground that would affect other cases that are not so clear cut? And beyond that, do you think there is any chance that the court will actually rule on the substance of birthright citizenship this time?
Yeah. So first, Eugene, is this the right case? I mean, the Supreme Court has had the ability to rule on this issue many times in the past and then sort of kick that can down the road. I do think we need a rule. I do think we need some direction from the Supreme Court about whether a single federal district court judge can issue a nationwide or non-party injunction. Is this the right case for it? It's as good as any other. I mean, the underlying issue, to your point, Eugene, birthright citizenship, needs to be resolved because you don't want disparity. You don't want to be a citizen in one state and not a citizen in another. That makes no sense at all in our federal system. So I think the Supreme Court can fashion a rule. I hope they do it quickly. I hope they do it clearly. And again, nationwide injunctions have been a problem for many past presidents. It's not just a Trump thing. It happened to Biden, it happened to Bush, it happened to Obama, and it will continue to happen unless the Supreme Court can, give us some order here.
So, Chuck, fascinating to hear these 2 hours of oral arguments, this conversation out in the open. But the question now is, what happens from here? Just as a practical matter, what's the next step?
Right. Well, so if the Supreme Court says that nationwide injunctions are improper and that they are not going to rule on the underlying birthright citizenship question just yet, then you're going to see many, many, many more cases brought in the federal system by people who might be affected by Mr. Trump's executive order. It would be more litigation, it would be more churn, it would be more chaos. You could have different rulings in different places. Ultimately, Willie, the birthright citizenship question will be before the Supreme Court. I hope sooner rather than later. And to Eugene's point, I think it's reasonably settled law. Doesn't mean it can't change, but we've had Supreme Court precedent dating back to 1898, and as you well know, the 14th Amendment dating back to 1868, which suggests that somebody who is born in this country to parents who are undocumented are United States citizens. I expect that will remain the case, but we will see.
We will see indeed. Former U.S. Attorney Chuck Rosenberg, always great to have your expertise and perspective on this. Thanks so much.